Hello, happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another Lord of the Rings live stream. Today we're continuing on in the progression series post Two Towers Saga expansion with the Sands of Harad. Now, the last time we streamed Lord of the Rings, I did not have enough time to unbox, and so what we're going to do is we're going to unbox and then we're going to tackle the first scenario in this expansion. So, kind of a little bit opposite of what we normally do, but I also just really like saying new cards, and so this will be fun. Excellent. So let's sink our teeth in and see what cards this brings. If I can remember how to open these. It's nice to be back with Lord of the Rings. Nice to be back with Lord of the Rings. There we go. Do some sleeving as well as we're going through. I've heard pretty good things about this kind of cycle, which I don't actually remember what this cycle is called. Does it say? Yeah. But got the good morning, Jared. How's it going? Oh. Alrighty. Sands of Harad. I'm gonna put that right there, make it look all pretty. Any weird new rules that we have to go? Side quests. We know what side quests are. Player, side quests and play. Archery. Limit one copy in the victory display. Interesting. Anatomy of side quest. Nope. So it sounds like there's not really anything too new added. David, did you see the trailer for the new animated Lord of the Rings movie? I saw that there was one, but I didn't see the trailer. Does it look cool? That may be a dumb question. Of course it looks cool. I'm excited. I do like the fact that we are getting more animated media through like different areas of pop culture. I think animation is just like a really cool way to express some of those stories. It does. Very anime vibes. Nice. That'll be cool. Yeah, I like how they're leaning into that. That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. When does it come out? If we talk about this, I can start sorting because I'm gonna need to drop this or sort these out so that we can actually play the game. And is it I assume it's direct to streaming or something. It's not necessarily a there's so much plastic in these. It's not a movie like direct to theater or anything. New stuff, new artwork. See like in theaters. Oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder how that will do. I, I if I recall anything, I don't think that anime, not necessarily animated movies, but anime typically don't do that well in theater releases. Or am I remembering that incorrectly? This Christmas, that's really quick. That feels really soon for like a new trailer to be 4 months out of a movie. That's awesome. Alrighty, cool. Maybe that will actually get me to the theater. I haven't been to the theater in forever. I'm trying to remember the last time I went to the movie theater. I saw Dune Part 1. Maybe was the last movie I saw in the theater. I didn't realize that there was going to be multiple parts to that movie. And so like I had just reread the book, I was ready and we got like 2 hours into that movie. I was like we have so much of the book left to go through and I didn't realize it's being broken up into multiple movies. And so like I like left when and like bought food cuz I was like I'm not going to survive another 2 hours without food. And then I got back, ate my food and the movie like immediately ended. Oops. We got 3 quests. We got 3 quests in this box. This is pretty exciting. Got a oh, I bet that's a side scheme. It will be kind of cool to lean a little bit more into the side schemes. It's a area of the game that I have really not really poked around with. especially with the player side schemes. And I'm wondering if this is just a bad expansion to do it because we're gonna have like encounter side schemes, but basically they are side schemes where you have to choose to quest on the side scheme rather than the main scheme. And when you do that, you add progress to the player side scheme or the encounter side scheme instead of the main scheme. And I think a lot of these are just like really bad, right? Like treat printed text box of each damage character as if it were blank, except for traits. It does have a victory 10 on it. And then when this stage is defeated, heal 1 damage from each character in play. So it does look like, there's a positive for taking it out, but it being around also means that you're not putting progress on the main, which in some scenarios can be a good thing, right? If we're trying to build up a board state, if we know that there's a big bad coming and gonna be punching us in the face, in stage 3, we may want to not push, but also not raise our threat. So if we can successfully quest on a side quest, we feel really good. Jared, I don't know if the anime does well in theaters, but my guess is that they're banking on the Lord of the Rings name drawing people in. Hope this is the case so we get more Tolkien stories adapted. Yeah, that would be awesome, right? That'd be really really cool. Um, to see more or and maybe not even just Tolkien stuff. I would love more Tolkien stuff, but also like if we could get like I know Star Wars did some animation and not necessarily anime for Star Wars, but they did have the Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, I think it was, which gave pretty like anime vibes. And I really enjoyed that show. And then there's the animated shows. I'm a huge fan of the animated shows, but I wouldn't necessarily call them like anime. If that makes sense. But alrighty, here we go. We are going to be looking, and I am very happy because the first card that we see is a dwarf card, and it's a Gimli. Two things that I absolutely love: dwarfs and Gimli. So, starting threat of 11, 2/2/2/5 Sentinel, meaning that I can guard for other players at the table. After Gimli is defeated as a defender, spend 1 resource from Gimli's pool. After Gimli is declared as a defender, that makes more sense. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. After Gimli is declared as a defender, spend 1 resource from his pool to ready another hero. That hero is Legolas. He gets +1 attack until the end of the phase. That's kind of cool. Okay. I really like it when card games synergize with other cards or specifically call them out. We saw that with like X Mansion and Mutant Education or X-Men Instruction in Champions. And it's just really cool because you can create some like really interesting deck building combos. And I'm hoping that we get some more Legoli? Is it called Legoli? If there's multiple Legolases? In hero form, because right now I think we just have the tactics version. We do have some of the ally versions, but then I don't necessarily want to run an 11 cost hero on somebody that on banking on getting an ally on the table, right? Ready for my first look at Lord of the Rings. I'm new to card games. Welcome. Lord of the Rings is awesome. Whenever I watch your streams, it always makes me flirt with the idea of trying more games like this. You absolutely should. They're great games, 100%. Especially this game is fantastic. This game is so good. Hey, we did get another Legolas. Check that out. Another Legolas. So Legolas in blue, which is really fun. Blue with a willpower of 1 makes me a little concerned from a just from like a questing perspective, because I think a lot of times your questing power does come from that blue aspect. Got 9 costs, 1/3/1 with range, meaning that I can attack enemies adjacent to other players or engage with other players. After Legolas commits to a quest, discard a card from your hand to ready another hero. That hero is Gimli. He gets +1 willpower until the end of the phase. These feel very awkward to me, right? Because Gimli wants to be attacking. But okay, so if Gimli is questing, then we can quest with Legolas, discard a card to ready Gimli, and then Gimli can defend and ready. Okay, no, it took me a little bit of time to get that sequence, but it does work out. So you can quest with both of them, discard ready, defend, and then ready Legolas up for the attack. And you are getting the benefits there, right? Because Gimli gets, 3 willpower, Legolas is getting 4 attack. Pretty interesting. Probably what we will do is just build off of these characters just because we're breaking open the box and it's like, okay, this looks kind of fun. I am kind of like surprised that they're going with like such big names in a cycle box. Have fun with the stream. I'm off to prepare for hours. And have fun. Have fun. Is there any similarities to Champions? I would say yeah. So it's a similar, it's a cooperative living card game. You're building decks and everything. I think that this game has more to do with the deck building side of things. It is probably a little bit more challenging. Yeah, it's probably a little bit more challenging than Champions. But yeah, it's very very like similar at a 50,000 foot overview, but then if you're looking at the individual differences, they are very different games. But 50,000 foot, they're both cooperative card games with expansions where you know exactly what comes in those expansions. Legolas is great. Discard Elven Light, ready Gimli, then draw a card by playing. Oh, that's sick. Yes, yes. Alrighty, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. That's such a cool idea. I love that. Heck yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Next up, we got the Greenwood Archer. 2-cost ally, 0201, Sylvan. We do like that Sylvan trait. After Greenwood Archer enters play, ready a hero. Very interesting. I think the you have to play them. There's very few times where a hero is exhausted when you're playing an ally normally, right? So be interesting to see how that triggers. There are ways that you can exhaust your hero in the refresh phase after you've readied heroes. And so you can use cards like Peace and Thoughts or whatever it was. I don't quite remember exactly what it is, where you can exhaust heroes to draw cards, play this, and then ready those heroes. There's also like Elrond, right? Like you can use Elrond, you have to exhaust him and Villia, pop Greenwood Archer, and ready Elrond. I always like Sylvan. Always like Sylvan. Canadian Mustache. Pretty sad they couldn't squeeze a 4th expansion into the reprints. Heard this cycle was quite good. That's what I keep hearing as well. And so I'm excited for that. That's my going in the binder slot. We got Erebor Guard. This is a 4-cost dwarf ally, 0123. Man, they are really not giving you a lot of willpower in this pack. Sentinel. Whenever you play this card from your hand, discard the top 2 cards of your deck to reduce the cost by 2. Cool. You get a lot of discard synergies with the dwarves, with the mining and the White Fox version in Lord of the Rings, which I don't remember the name of right now. And so that's pretty cool. Greenwood Archer is a bit awkward until a new Sylvan hero comes out next cycle. That's exciting. That's really cool. I like how they do that. Got the Halfling Bounder. This is a 2-cost. We always like 2-cost allies. 1102. While there's a side quest in the victory display, he gains response. Discard Halfling Bounder to cancel the when revealed effects of an encounter card that was just revealed from the encounter deck. That's pretty cool. You can do that. You can always quest with them, right? So you can quest. It doesn't say exhaust and discard. So you can quest, discard, and be pretty good there. It's a little... I don't love discarding things, but there are horrible when revealed effects. This isn't green, so it means that you don't have to just be running Tesla Will in blue, so that's nice. Hey Levi, how's it going? Welcome. Next up, we got the Viljan Dunedain. 4-cost 1323. While there's a side quest in the victory display, does not exhaust to defend. Pretty nice. Interesting. Yeah. It seems like there are a decent amount of side quests in the encounters already, but maybe we'll mess around with some of those side quests, those player side quests. Actually, kind of surprised we haven't gotten any in here. Maybe they're all at the back. Got Unlikely Friendship. Play only if you control a unique character with the Sylvan and another unique character with the Dwarf. Draw a card and add a resource to a resource pool of a hero you control. Excellent. Beautiful. Love it. Especially if we're going to run a Gimli Legolas. It's too hard to play Lord of the Rings. Is it hard to play Lord of the Rings when you know how to play Marvel Champ? Nah. No. It's pretty easy to pick up. Yeah. I would say that the biggest hurdle to any of these games is learning how to play this type of genre of game. And then once you have a basic understanding, like you don't have to learn deck building and like what does that mean, drawing cards, paying for cards, like all of those like little things just kind of add up. And it's just now it's not like what do you mean playing a card or paying for a card? It is how do you pay for a card, and that's just a lot easier to communicate in game terms. Play only if you control a unique character with the noble trait and another unique character with the scout trait. We got that as well with Gimli and Legolas. After a player engages an enemy, reduce their threat by X, where X is that enemy's printed threat. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Makes me, yeah. It gets to a point that's like, okay, like card slots are at a premium in the deck, right? You get 50 cards. A 0-cost card, which if you're running Gimli and Legolas, you will be able to easily trigger that because they start on the table. It's like, is it just better than Elrond's Council? No. Do you run it with Elrond's Council? I guess Elrond's Council, you need a Noldor hero, and we don't have that here. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. We got Dour Handed. Action, deal X damage to an enemy engaged with you, where X is the number of side quests in the victory display. That's going to be a card that I will understand better once I know how many side quests we're adding to the victory display. The Dwarven Shield, I love this art. This art is really, really cool. That shield looks absolutely stunning. Oh, that's so cool. Nice. Attached to a dwarf hero, they get +1 defense. After the attached hero takes damage from an enemy attack, exhaust Dwarven Shield to add 1 resource to the attached hero's pool. That's pretty cool. That's going to give Gimli, pump him up to the 3 defense. This is, I think, also really important to note a way to get plus defense outside of tactics. So this is in that leadership. And so that's pretty nice. You can get Gimli. Honestly, you can throw 2 Dwarven Shields on Gimli, pump him up to a 4. You're probably not taking too much damage at that point. But you kind of are. You kind of are. I'm wondering if we are going to combine these 2 heroes, Gimli, Legolas, with a lore hero. You got a lot of the defense and attack, which is what tactics can typically cover, with Gimli and Legolas. And so if you time it in with a lore hero, which then adds in the healing, you can really just use Gimli as your main defense strategy. Legolas is that main. Oh, and then you get a resource from Dwarven Shield, which then can be used to pay for Legolas to ready. That's cool. That's cool. That's a fun little interaction. You do have to take damage, which is annoying. So at least you're like redoing it. Istari pack opening. Hello. Yeah, we're starting with the pack opening just because we're playing one of these quests today, and I had not opened it yet. Mirkwood Long Knife. Not as cool as looking as the shield. Still pretty cool though. Attached to a Sylvan hero, they get plus. Oh wow, +1/+1. That's pretty decent. 2 stat boosts on 1 card draw. I like that. Plus it pumps Legolas up to like a 2/5 if you use Gimli's ability to ready them. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. We got The Road Goes Ever On. Attached to a quest card in play. When the attached quest is defeated, the first player chooses a player. The player searches their deck for a side quest and adds it to their hand and shuffles their deck. Interesting. And then we got a side quest here. The Storm Comes. The Storm Comes. You got, what is that, Theodred and Gandalf? 1 copy of the Storm Comes in the victory display. While this quest is in the victory display, the first ally played by each player each round does not require a resource match. Wow, that's kind of interesting. Huh. Dwarven Shield is a little weird with Gimli since Gimli plays when he's declared as a defender and the shield gives a resource. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I feel like the Storm Comes is so situational and hard to pull off, right? Like, you're adding resources, or you're adding cards to a deck that are dead until you draw this one of card, which I guess you don't have to only add one card of the Storm Comes in. You can add 3, but you can only ever play one of them. That seems weird. Seems a little wonky to me. I don't know if there's a ally that I care that much about. Unless there's another way to tutor this, right? Like the road goes on. Sure. Like I guess we could do that. First quest for the Harad? Yes, it is. Hey Robert, how's it going? So yeah, I'm not 100. I'm not convinced on the Storm Goes On. Not convinced on the Storm Goes On, but the rest of the pack is interesting. I don't know if there's anything that super wows me. Even the heroes are kind of okay. That's kind of cool. I guess like the Mirkwood Long Knife is pretty decent. Great Cycle, nice. The Storm Comes is kind of cool. The Storm Comes is kind of cool not to include dead cards, but the smooth resources in a 3 sphere. Oh, that makes more sense. Oh, I see. Okay. For some reason, I was reading that like if you have a tactic ally in your deck, but you're not running tactics, now you can play that. I didn't think about it as like individual resource matches playing for a tactics or a leadership ally with Legolas's ability. That's cool. Okay. That makes it a little better. Makes it a little better, I guess. So, yeah. Okay. So let's play. Let's figure out what we're doing. What deck are we playing? We'll start by Escape from Umbar, which is the little dude running. So this is what I usually do before the stream starts. I read these. So add seize them to the staging area. Each player adds one different location to the staging area and puts one copy of Umbar's Sentry into play engaged with them. Seize them. After an enemy attacks and destroys a character, remove X progress from the main quest, where X is the attacking enemy's threat. Oh, that's mean. Oh, at the end of the round, the main quest has been in play the entire round, and there are no progress tokens on it. The players lose the game. Interesting. That's kind of cool. We do need a sword. There we go. Those guys. And these guys. There you go. And this gets sleeved after the stream. Those are cards that are coming in later. Alrighty, then we got 15 quest points, 1B. Alarm bells ring. The stage cannot have more than 15 progress tokens on it. That's interesting. While there's at least one player engaged with an enemy, the players cannot defeat this stage. Alrighty, so that's important to know. So, and we're going to be losing. We're going to be losing a lot of those progress as enemies are attacking. When revealed in the current phase, shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Starting with the first player, each player discards the top card of the encounter deck until he discards an enemy and puts the enemy in play engaged with them. Cannot have more than 15 at the beginning of the quest phase. If any player is not engaged with an enemy, discard card. Oh, wow. So oh, wow. Alrighty, so we're getting some enemies. Maybe we are going to be running some tactic stuff. I feel like tactics could work with this, especially with how many enemies we have. I think the problem there would be how much quest power we have. I do really like starting with a hero with high quest or high willpower. Ooh. This deck looks a little, or this encounter deck looks a little spicy. When revealed, either remove all progress tokens from the main quest or assign X damage. I guess the nice thing here is that you are going to be removing the progress before you place progress, And so it's not like an immediate auto loss condition or anything like that. Um, but I'm really excited to see where the cycle takes us because I feel like each cycle kind of has a theme both in the player cards as well as the encounter cards, and it'll be really fun to see. It feels like we're really leaning into side schemes from both a player and a encounter card like stance. So that'll be kind of cool. But new cards is always fun. New cards is always fun. Got a lot of locations here. A lot of locations. X is the number of engaged enemies. Oh, that's funny. Travel assign X damage among characters in play to travel there. The other thing is we could just run a Biosphere deck and run with 2 blue heroes. And then, just ramp in a Northern Tracker. Seems pretty nice. Progress can't be placed on this one when it is in the staging area. But time to play the Steward of Gondor for you in real life. We got in enemy territories, Surge. Oh, this is also kind of interesting because the side quests are preventing you from placing progress on the main. And if we don't have any progress on the main, we lose the. Oh, that's kind of fun. Surge, players cannot have more than 5 cards in their hand. Ooh. When the stage is defeated, each player draws a card. Interesting. I'm starting to think that I don't think we're running 2 leadership. If we are running Gimli and Legolas, then we could pair it with a tactic. We could pair it with another blue. We could pair it with a lore. I kind of like pairing it with lore. If we pair it with lore, actually, lore gives us the card draw, which is nice. Um, hmm. Tactics opens up a lot of like the defense stuff, but if we have Dwarven Shield, is Gimli just going to be enough to defend? I got attacker at 4. I do like the healing. Giving healing to the deck seems pretty good with Gimli's ability. That was, I think, my first gut reaction was to go into healing with lore. So let's try that at least to start us out. Alrighty. So there's our encounter deck. We are going to be running Legolas and Gimli. We're going to be running Mirkwood Long Knife. Probably run 2 of those, honestly. I think the Greenwood Archer is probably not a this game thing. We're not really leaning into the Sylvan stuff. This is a fun game, but very hard at times. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's kind of what makes it fun, right? Probably not running the guard. Draw a card, add a resource. Yeah, absolutely running Unlikely Friendship. Running 3x of these. Any card that replaces itself in the deck, I do really like that. And then it just helps with that resource soothing. My stickers. That being said, we probably are going to have a pretty decent amount of card draw. I'm going to run Dwarven Shield. Get that for not running the tactic stuff. I'm gonna drop the Storm Comes. We're gonna don't knock it till you try it, right? I guess. The road goes ever on. Oh, this is a song. That's good to know because there's a lot of song synergy within the Hobbit stuff, and so it's good to know that there's a song. I resub for you, so you hit your sub goal today. Sad to not see Gandalf's fireworks on the screen though. Oh, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. I don't know why. I think sometimes when people resub, I think it just like doesn't show it for some reason. But thank you so very much. I appreciate you. And then we got the halfling. Let's run. We'll try the halfling. Why not, right? Well warned. We'll try well warned, especially because we're engaging so many enemies. Pass on that. That gives us what, like 10 cards? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 cards. 1x. I love your streams. Least I can do. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's so nice to be playing Lord of the Rings again. These are binder cards. Alrighty, let's figure out a third hero. We got Legolas, Gimli. Let's go to green. See what we can find. We could run like another Sylvan. If we run another Sylvan, like Haldir. Ooh, if the active location shares a trait with a location in the victory display. No, there was some. Go Treebeard. Nah, that's crazy. I was like, if we go more Sylvan, we can throw in more of those Mirkwood Longblades and attach them there. I think we are gonna grab Steward. Steward of Gondor. Grabs. It's so hard not to run like Sneak Attack and Gandalf. It's so good. Treebeard is a wild pick. High threat, but he can do it. Who needs low threat? Like it's so hard. Elrond is so good. Like anything that has healing. Exhaust Argalad. Am I saying that right? Argalad? Choose an enemy in the staging area until the end of the phase. The enemy gets minus threat where X is their attack. That enemy reduces the enemy's willpower to 0, deal 1 damage to it. You do have to exhaust him to do that. But that could be better. Like, right, like if you're exhausting for more than 2, that works out. Oh, it's basically the same thing. It's basically the same. I have not played him. He seems kind of interesting. And then we can run another bone knife or whatever it's called and pump his attack up to 3. Let's try it. And we're gonna grab an. I don't know why this looks like a bone knife or something to me. Did I already grab it? No, they're over here. Mirkwood long knife. Doesn't that kind of look like it's made out of bone? Ah. And what's pretty interesting about him is we can unexpected courage him and then also quest with him. So he could be kind of crazy actually. Let's grab some healing. Oh yeah, we have Barevere and Grima. Nah. New cards. More new cards. Daughter of Nimmerel. We got the Warden of Healing. Those are kind of our main healers. We go Master of the Forge is a pretty cool pick. If we go Master of the Forge, we can grab. We have a decent number of attachments in in the deck already. After one or more cards are discarded from your hand, draw a card. Limit once per round. Ooh, we're going to try Galdor. And Glorfindel. Galadriel's Greeting. While we're just going through the G's. Gaining strength is interesting. What's that? Oh, Galdor. The Havens. Let's go 2 of those. New cards are fun. What was I looking for? Glorfindel. 5 cost. Glorfindel. Because Glorfindel can be played from your discard pile, and so we can use him to discard, and he's just like incredibly powerful. Elven Light. Elven Lights, it can only be played from your discard pile. Play it, return it to your hand, draw a card. Let's grab the 3rd copy of Elven Light. How does Legolas read? After Legolas commits to a quest, discard a card from your hand to ready another hero. No, I don't think we. I was just like, we could go Light of Valinor. Are you taking high cost allies to synergize with the storm comes? That's pretty cool. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. I do like high impact, high cost allies, but also a lot of these deal with the discard synergy as well. We're gonna grab Steed. Light of Valinor is good on our. Oh yeah, yeah, he is. That's really good. Yeah, great point. Steed. How many cards are we at? I'm afraid that I'm building a 90 card deck. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 4. All right, 16 cards left. We've done a pretty decent number of blue cards. Unexpected Courage. Do we need Unexpected Courage? I don't actually know if we need Unexpected Courage because we have Light of Valinor for our Galad. So do we need? I don't know if we need an Unexpected Courage, right? I don't think it actually gets us anything because we have so much reading already. So let's pass on Unexpected Courage. Just making sure that there's nothing that I'm absolutely forgetting. Alrighty. Nope, don't need heroes. Looking at allies. I have not played this game in a while. It's kind of fun to come back to it and be like, oh yeah, there's a. I mean, Arwen is fantastic. I don't know where I put my Arwens. I found one. Oh, there she is. If I remember correctly, there's a lot of archery in this quest, so healing is pretty good if you don't grab. Oh, I do need to grab Warden. Warden of Healing. And let's go Daughter of Nemerella as well. I think we have enough card draw, so we don't need too much card draw from the lore stuff. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let's go ahead and look at our leadership stuff just because we've not done that quite yet. Knight of the White Tower. Innoborn. Galadriel is pretty interesting because we can go grab a attachment. Plus, she's a nice, like, quester. Do we want to think about more player side schemes? I don't or player side quest. What do they do? When the stage is defeated, each player may search the top 10 cards of the deck for an ally and put it into play under their control. Seems pretty good. We haven't grabbed the Test of Will or Hasty Stroke or anything like that. Let's see if there's any nasty shadow effects. Discard an attack. I hate that card. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab Hasty Stroke. Test of Will. King Under the Mountain is kind of interesting here with the Elven Light synergy. So we can exhaust King Under the Mountain to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, add one of them to your hand, discard the other one. That's kind of interesting. We could also go Narvi's Belt. We're 100% going Narvi's Belt because we're not that heavy into leadership, and so Narvi's Belt is going to help that resource soothing. And honestly, at that point, we probably drop Steward of Gondor on Gimli as well. There's some good player side quests, particularly the neutral one and lore one from the Agmar cycle. Take a look at those. Let's grab Narvi's. I haven't run Narvi's Belt in a hot second. I ran it with the Precon. Yeah, 2 more. King Under the Mountain is pretty interesting. I don't hate the King Under the Mountain pull. We also were talking about the neutral one and the lore one for the player's side quest. I don't know if I have a ton of wiggle room for questing with the deck. We have hidden cache as well. Nah. Gather information. After the stage is defeated, each player may search the deck for 1 card added to their hand. That's pretty cool. That can be really good. I think we're gonna have a lot of card draw. You said the lore one? The lore one. Which is Scout Ahead. When this stage is defeated, the first player searches the top X cards of their encounter deck for 1 non-objective card with no victory points and adds it to the victory display. Oh, nice. Put the rest back in any order. You look at 5 in a solo game. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I kind of like King Under the Mountain. I Actually, no, I like armored Desture. Attached to a leadership hero. After the hero defends against an attack, exhaust this to ready the attached hero, then discard a shadow card from another enemy engaged with the defending player. Yeah, we're absolutely grabbing that. Because our leadership hero is the one that is doing our defending here. That does put us at 50. We did not grab Master of the Forge. But I think let's ship it and see what happens. We do have Narvi. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that shook up. Make sure that this is 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Perfect. Off screen. It's gone forever. Alrighty. Excellent. Cool. I'm excited. I like Legolas. I like Gimli. I love Gimli, actually. Let's be honest. Oh, these are my heroes. I was like, what is going on? Pretty low, or not really too low. We have a 29 starting threat, which I do up here. Oh no, my counters. My computer crashed right before the stream, and I forgot to turn on my counters. Let me do that real quick. Sweet. Alrighty, now they should work. Let's go. 29 starting threat. And we're gonna try and remember this to read the story this time. I guarantee you I will forget probably by the time this quest ends. Escape from Umbar. The heroes stood atop a high sea wall of Umbar, looking down at the waves that crashed below. Their ship had been wrecked in the bay, and they had survived by swimming to shore. Thus ends the voyage of the Dream Chaser and Lord Cafelont's quest, said one of the heroes. Looking up towards the city, he said, Come, we must leave this place, and swiftly all of Umbar will soon be astir. Where can we go? Said another, his eyes still downcast. He leaned heavily on his battle axe as he spoke. Even if we escape the city, the land is a barren desert, and we will find no help. The first hero, their leader, placed his hand on his friend's shoulder and replied, Then we must help each other. The downcast hero lifted his eyes to meet his leaders, and a fire was rekindled in his spirit. Yes, he said, if these Southrons won our lives, they will pay a steep price. A bell rung from a high watchtower, and in the streets below is echoed by the harsh shouts of the Haradrim warriors. They are coming, shouted a third hero. She bent her bow to fit a new string and said, There are too many to fight. We must flee. We will not escape this city without a fight, said the leader grimly. But let us speak no more of selling our lives. Let us find another way out of this trap. With that, the party lifted their weapons and started to run. Escape from Umbar is played with the encounter deck built. That was a tonal shift, I think, in the story, right? Not. Alrighty, cool. We're not going to read until we have one there. We are going to set up. I think technically we do player setup first, but add seize them to the staging area. Each player adds one different location to the staging area. So we got, after the players travel here, choose a non-unique enemy engaged with the player, place a face-up under this location. While it's under this location, that enemy is considered to be out of play. After this leaves play, I feel like you pick Narrow Alleyway, because we're going to get a Umbar Sentry, which is Surge Archery 1. When Umbar Sentry attacks, remove 1 progress token from the main quest, or it gets +2 for the attack. While it's in the staging area, travel, searching counter deck for a Harad enemy, put it into play. Don't love that. X is the number of engaged enemies. So the other kind of thought is we could go Port of Harad, just take that damage really easily. We do have a pretty decent health pool. We have like 13 health to pass around for some of this archery stuff. But I mean, I would rather just pull this later when I have healing on the table. We're going to take the Narrow Alleyway. Get rid of this sentry, give us a little bit of time to breathe. Call it a day. Okay. Alarm's bell ring from high watchtowers, and the city guard shouts for you to lay down your arms and surrender. You must be run or captured. This stage cannot have more than 15 progress on it. While at least one player is engaged with an enemy, the players cannot defeat this stage. That may be a reason to keep this uh location, because we are then not engaged, or we're not engaged with the enemy, but here we are. Hoping there may be more than one of those in there. The sentry has archery 1. When Umbar sentry attacks, either remove 1 progress from the main quest, and with seize them after an enemy attacks and destroys the character. Okay, and destroys the character. That's really important. Remove X progress where X is their threat. And then there it is. At the end of the round, if the main quest has been in play the entire round and there are no progress tokens on it, the players lose the game. That can be pretty brutal. That can be really, really brutal. Another reason where we may not want to travel there, kind of depends on how well we're questing in turn 1 to see if we can, weather threat coming off of that main. We also have every single one of our characters has ranged or sentinel, so that's kind of fun. Argalad. Yeah, Argalad is going to be pretty decent with Light of Valinor. Good call, Jared. Seize them is there. Got seize them. It is kind of fun. I don't remember the last time I played with 3 new heroes that I've not played with before, so that's kind of cool. Also, where are we talking, like, where are we on the map? I assume down here somewhere, right? Near Harad. There we go. That's kind of cool. Alrighty. What are we looking for? Light of Valinor, or Elven Light, honestly. Although Elven Light, we don't really have a ton of ways to. Arwen with Elven Light is super nice with the money. I think depending on what we draw first, if we get Narvi's belt first, we'll throw a Sword of Gondor onto Gimli. I wish the video game adaptation got more support. I've heard it's like pretty much just a different game. Like, I think they used a lot of the art, but from what I was reading, it sounded like it was a different game, which I thought was kind of interesting. I've never tried it though. Shroom Boof, welcome. We got a Gandalf, Galadriel's Greeting, Galdor of the Havens, Test of Will, Glorfindel, and a Dwarven Shield. Hmm. Pretty tough opening. Like, we don't have anything that starts, or that we can start with. Glorfindel, discard. Glorfindel, play him from discard pile later. I think we're gonna mulligan. We don't have any of the building cards. We don't have a great like start or like a path forward. So what would we have drawn? Sneak attack. We would have had a sneak attack Gandalf. No, that'd been nice. We also need some money. Gimli is spend a resource to ready Legolas. I want one of those bone blades or whatever they're called. The last quest I got to start with some money. That was nice too. I think I started with 2 money. Alright, we got a Dwarven Shield. We got an Elven Light. Galadriel's Greeting, Glorfindel, Test of Will, and a Test of Will. We're going to draw into... Hey, there it is. Nice. We're going to put Gimli and Legolas next to each other for theme. Alrighty, sweet. We don't have anything that we're going to be doing in the planning phase. So we'll go directly into quest. Let's go ahead and quest for 2. 3. We're showing 2. We got Arlegrad, which I think we'll just go ahead and quest with him for 2. That puts us at 5. Showing 2. So if we flip a 3, we lose the game. That's kind of interesting. When revealed, each player must choose to either raise your threat by 1 for each character you control, or discard a character you control. I'll raise my threat by 3. 1, 2, 3. I could test of will that, but if we play a test of will, that means we are not playing the long knife. Also, I totally discarded Elven Light to ready there, because that's the whole deck. Cool. So we place 3. We're gonna go ahead and travel. After the players travel here, choose a non-unique enemy engaged with the player and place it face up under this location. So it still has the archery stuff. That may not be as good as I wanted it to be. I'm not gonna travel there. Not gonna travel there because we can defend, spend a resource here to ready Legolas and take him out. Let's throw the damage here on Legolas. And I don't... Dwarven Shield would be nice, but I think I want to get rid of that guy more so. Don't forget that Legolas boosts Gimli. So, oh, I do get 1 more progress. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Perfect. Okay, so we're not going to travel. We are going to defend with Gimli. After we are declared as a defender, we're going to spend a resource to ready Legolas. He's attacking for... we 2. No shadow effect. And then we will swing back with 4 to take him out. Stand up. Increase our threat to 33. Give me Armored Desture. Alrighty. I'm here for it. Pass out some money. I think at this point, I would rather get the long knife in play than I would drawing more cards. I feel fairly decent on the card draw stuff. We could also just hold off a turn for the long knife to maintain the ability to play Test of Will. And then if we... Ooh, that's actually probably what we're going to do. Then if we don't play Test of Will, we can play Elven Light, get some card draw, and then drop the long knife next turn. But since we're still only showing 2, I feel pretty safe with not boosting that willpower right now. Yeah, I think I like that. So we are, again, not doing anything. Not doing anything. So we will go ahead and just quest for 2, 5, 6. We're going to discard Glorfindel to ready Gimli. 6 showing 2. We got an Umbar Sentry, Surge, Archery 1. While it attacks, either remove 1 progress token from the main quest or it gets +2. And I've removed a progress. And that surges into... When revealed, the first player discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded and puts that enemy in play engaged with them. Let's go ahead and play a Test of Will to cancel that. With the alleyway, it says the enemy is considered to be out of play, so I don't think you do archery. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, sweet. Okay, cool. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and engage here. We have archery 1. I'm going to throw that over here on Argalad. Argalad. Okay. We will defend with Gimli. He's attacking for 2. We'll go ahead and reduce the progress here, which I never added. We requested for 6, showing 3. So we should be at 6. So we'll go down to 5 when he attacks. He's attacking for 2. Attacking against +1, +2 instead if it was engaged this round. So we get 2 damage here. Archery is when they're in play. Alrighty. That's awesome. Nice. We'll ready Legolas and have Legolas swing and take out here. That's good to know. That's really good to know. Sweet. Thank you. Thank you for looking that up. We'll go up to 34. We'll stand up. We'll draw into another Glorifindel. Pass out some money. Starting to think that we need some more lore cards in the deck. I again think I am going to we have another test of will. I'm trying to think if I just do the same thing, right? I don't need to drop it. We're still showing only 2. And then hopefully be able to play Elven Light, pull it back to our hand. And then if we have, I'm hoping that we draw something that we can spend these resources on. Or we could just go Elven Light now. That's what we're going to do. We're going to spend 1. We're going to play Elven Light from our discard pile to draw into Halfling Bounder. We'll go ahead and spend 2 to play the Halfling Bounder there. While there's a side quest in the victory display, we can discard them. Looks like the cost curve is important since both Gimli and Legolas use a lot of resources. Yeah. Which will Gimli uses a lot of resources. And so what I think is we need to grab Sword of Gondor, and Sword of Gondor goes on Gimli. Alrighty. We're showing 2. Let's go 2, 3, 6, 7. We'll discard an Elven Light to ready Gimli. So we're questing for 7, showing 2. Each player must choose to raise their threat by 1 or discard a character you control. We'll go ahead and discard the Halfling. And we're going to place 5. All the way up to 10. Let's go. Not traveling again. And we'll stand up. We get to keep the resource here on Gimli, which I think is really important. Give me Steward of Gondor. Oh, it's a Dwarven Shield. Up to 35 threat. Dwarven Shield could work here. I include Legolas since Elven Light. Oh, yeah. Good point. Yes. Okay. No, that makes sense. Yeah. Do we go with a Dwarven Shield with Gimli? I think we're going to play Elven Light. Draw into a Galdor the Havens. That's actually huge for us. Being able to drop a Galdor to get those card draw. After one of our cards is discarded from your hand, draw a card. Limit once per round. But now, in 2 rounds, we're just going to accelerate that card draw like incredibly fast. So we have the 1 money for a test of will, which we need. I think we will go ahead and spend 2 to drop the Dwarven Shield on Gimli. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and quest Legolas, Gimli, Argalad. We're going to discard Elven Light to ready Gimli. So requesting for 7, showing 2. Flip into a 3. While it's the active location, each enemy gets -1 engagement cost for each progress token on the main quest. So we quested for 7. We'll go ahead and throw 2 here. I'm going to go ahead and travel so we can get rid of that. And we'll go to 36 threat. We'll draw into a steed. We'll stand up. Pass out money. I kind of don't want to push at this point. Is that crazy? Probably. I think we'll go ahead and play Elven Light to draw into a Gandalf. That's good to see. Gandalf is good to see, especially with our threat being at 36. We do have a Galadrin's Greeting, so we can use that to manage threats, but feeling feeling pretty decent about that. We're gonna hang on to the resources on Argalad because I want to drop a Galdor. That's gonna be a nice little boost. We are showing 2, pushing through 3. If we quest all out, there's no way we could progress on the quest, so we should be fine. If we do that, I think we're just gonna hang on to all of the rest of our money and do that. So we're gonna quest for 7, Redding Gimli. We're gonna discard Elven Light. Showing 2, flip into a Southron Soldier. After it engages you, it removes 2 progress tokens from the main quest, or it makes an immediate attack. And it's a 3/3/2/5. Ooh, that's a big 5 right there. So we're showing 5, we quest for 7, so 2 progress gets placed here on main. That will engage us, mainly because we're at 36, but it also engages at 22 now. And we will go ahead and defend with Gimli. Trying to think if I want to ready Legolas or not. If I don't ready Legolas, what am I do? How do I deal with him next turn? Am I missing +1 willpower? I think you're questing for 6. You're right. I am questing for 6. It's what, 3 rounds? So I'm down to 9. And then when this guy engages me, remove 2 progress. So I'm down to 7. I'm not going to spend the money to ready. So it's going to be 3 plus 0. We take no damage. All right, cool. Stand up. Increase our threat to 37. Draw into another Elven Light. And pass out some money. I'm going to go ahead and spend 4 over here to play Galdor of the Havens. So after one of our cards is discarded from your hand, draw a card. Pretty awesome stuff there. I don't think after a hero commits to a quest, discard a hand to place 2 progress on the active location. I actually don't really want to do that. I think I'm going to start saving up some money to play a Glorfindel. Now that we have Galdor, we have. I wasn't paying close attention to the last quest phase. No, I did 7 for pretty much everyone. I don't know why. Okay. Yeah. We're not going to play Elven Light. We're not going to use anything with these resources. I want to get to 3 resources. I want to be floating a resource, I guess is a better way to say it, for Test of Will. That just bails us out of so many different situations. And so if we can use the 2 to play the Long Knife, then, we get a huge boost there. Legolas is attacking for 5, but we don't need to play the Long Knife this turn. We can play it next turn and then take out the soldier by attacking with Legolas this turn for 4, dealing 2, next turn dealing 3 damage. So we can play this next turn and be okay. So we're just going to go directly into the quest phase. We're going to quest for 2, 4, 5. We're going to discard Elven Light, triggering Galdor to draw into a Hasty Stroke. And then we ready Gimli. We're questing for 6. I am not going to. We could have played the Long Knife and used Galdor to take out the soldier with Legolas. That's fine. It's fine. Requesting for 6. We're showing 2. We're going to flip into, an archery 2, Southron Archer. After it engages you, either remove 2 progress tokens from the main quest or discard an ally you control. Gross. So we are showing 6, 2, 4, 6. This clears. Fortunately, we are at 37. Let's go ahead and travel here. We're going to get rid of this guy. And we don't have to deal with it. We will engage and remove 2 progress. We will defend his attack of 4 with 3. We're going to spin to ready Legolas. So it's going to be 4. Attacking enemy makes an additional attack against you after this one. We are going to hasty stroke that. Don't want to deal with that. We take 1 damage, which means that we can exhaust our shield to get a resource. And we need some healing now. We're going to swing for 4, 5, 6, which is going to deal 3 damage here. I do kind of want... Is Spear of the Citadel Gondor only? I don't think it is. Yeah, Gowler drew the hasty stroke at the perfect time. Oh, yeah. All right, let's stand up. It's tactics only. Boo. Increase our threat to 38. We're going to be drawing into a test of will. There it is. Nice. Do we have a sneak attack? We don't have a sneak attack quite yet. Let's pass out some money. A little concerned with our health here on Gimli. I do not want to quest. I do not want to clear that at all. Oh, I didn't do my archery 2 either. Throw that on Galdor. I am going to go ahead and use 2 resources here to drop a second copy of Dwarven Shield onto Gimli. Hoping that's going to allow him to survive. Poor Gimli. I need my healing. Where's my healing? I do not want to clear that, which means like I do not want to... I think we're just going to hang out. We're not going to get the card draw here. So let's go ahead and spend 1 to play Elven Light to draw into a Narvi's Belt. That's not as good as I thought it was going to be, considering we're spending a lot of resources with Gimli's ability. But we just need a steward. How many healers did you put in the deck? 2 Wardens, 2 Daughters? Yeah. I was hoping the card draw was going to be enough. We will definitely quest. I don't want to not quest. Let's go 2 for Galdor. I'm gonna flip into X is the number of engaged enemies. So travel to assign X damage among characters, which was perfect. So we will place 1 progress here. Feel really good about that. Archery 2 hits us. Go 1-1. We will defend this attack a 4-4 till the end of the round. Defending character cannot ready. That's fine. We take no damage, which means that we don't get any resources. But then we're going to swing for 3-5, which will be enough to take him out. All right. Stand up. We're going to 39 threat. That'll be fine. We're okay. I'm okay. I'm gonna draw into a sneak attack. There we go. Now we're talking. We got a sneak attack Gandalf. Um I kind of want to use sneak attack Gandalf to draw cards. That's terrible. Now Gimli is exhausted for the next round. Wait, what? Why? Until the end of the round, he cannot ready. Oh, because you ready before the end of the round. That is I don't like how that card is written at all. I don't like that card at all. That's very, very confusing in my opinion. Yeah, yeah. No, I get that. That feels so unintuitive to me. In that case, we're going to hang on to the sneak attack Gandalf so that we can use him to bail us out of a situation. Um, well, we can ready him, right? We can use Legolas to ready him. Yeah, we can use Legolas to ready him. I'm not too concerned about that actually. So we can use the sneak attack if we want. I think we're still going to hang on to the sneak attack. I don't think we're really going to be playing anything, but we will go ahead and commit discarding an Elven Light to ready Gimli. And then we get to draw a card here, which is a Daughter of the Nimmerel. There we go. I think that's a fairly common shadow effect in the later cycles, and it feels real bad. Yeah. Yeah, it does feel real bad. So requesting for, I guess he's technically not ready yet, but requesting for 1. Let's go 3. Request for 3, showing 0. I'm gonna flip into a Southron soldier. Excellent. So we have nothing happens, which is exactly what we wanted to do. After it engages you, either remove 2 progress or it makes an immediate attack. Cool. We will go ahead and engage, removing 2 progress. Gimli will defend. So we're going to defend for 4 against a 3. No shadow. So we're good there. And we would, yeah, we're going to have readied Legolas. And then we're going to swing for 4, 6, which is 4 damage. All right, we'll stand up. Increase our threat to 40. That's good stuff. Draw into a Steward of Gondor. Let's go. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's cook. Let's go 2 to play Steward of Gondor on Gimli. Now we're feeling pretty good. Let's spend 3 over here to play Daughter of the Nimmerel. We'll go ahead and exhaust to heal 2 damage from Gimli. We have our healing. We have our money. Now we're cooking with gas. Yeah, we are. We have a test of will in hand. We do have the excess resource. If we wanted to drop the Mirkwood long knife, we could. I don't think that's a horrible idea at this point. We have Narvi's belt that we're going to be dropping next round. I want to keep the resources so we can ready Legolas. So let's go ahead and spend 2 here to play the long knife. We can sneak in Gandalf if we really need to. Huge round. Let's go. Let's go. Alrighty, we are showing 1 in the staging area. We probably oh, this is annoying. We're gonna have 2 of those guys. Oh, he's gonna re-engage us too. Yeah. It's fine. Alrighty, let's go ahead and quest for 2. Now that we have the long knife, I'm going to start counting this over here. We're going to quest for what's going to be 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to discard Glorfindel to ready Gimli. So that's 5. We're showing 1. We're going to get this guy too. So we need a defender, which is really annoying, actually. I'm trying to figure out if I sneak attack Gandalf in. I think I do. I think I will sneak attack Gandalf in during the combat phase to be a defender. In which case we will. Yeah. Yeah. We're just gonna quest for 5. We're gonna keep Argalad open. 5 to 1. Flip into a 2 archery 2. After it engages you, either remove 2 progress tokens from the main quest or discard an ally you control. It's a little scary. Alrighty, so we quested for 5. We're showing 3. We'll place 1 here. This leaves play, and then this guy engages us again. And we are going to have him remove 2 progress. Unfortunately, we have to discard an ally we control with that one, though. Unless we use Gandalf to sneak attack. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We could have Galdor just kind of eat it, which is sad. I don't want to discard Daughter. We cannot. We have to discard one of these. Or we can sneak attack Gandalf and take out the archer. Which feels bad. Because we don't get Gandalf then for the combat phase. But we can do it before the archery. And then we can just toss Galdor to the mercy of one of these attacks. Oh, I don't like how I played that. Don't like how I played that at all. You can use Argad's ability to make 2 more progress. I like it. So we can exhaust him to choose an enemy in the staging area. They get minus threat where, yeah, okay. So we'll go 2 there. Good call, thank you. If this reduces the enemy's threat to 0, deal 1 damage to it. So now we can take the, yeah, okay, so now we can go here. We can engage. Oh, wait, yeah, we already took 2. We'll remove 2 threat here. And then during the combat phase, we will sneak attack Gandalf. We're going to go ahead and throw 1 damage onto Gimli, 1 damage onto Galdor for the archery. Good call. We're going to spend 1 sneak attack Gandalf. And I guess we're going to pop this archer. We are going to exhaust. We're going to spend 1 to ready Legolas against the attack here. So it's going to be 3, no shadow effect. We take no damage. Then we're going to exhaust this against this attack. 3, no shadow effect. Gandalf is exhausted. We're going to use Legolas to take this guy out. Oh, and we have Galdor the Haven still, who can't do anything. If we have, oh, well, if we have 4, 5, 6, 7, we're actually going to just take this guy out and then leave this guy with the 4 damage. I don't know why I switched those cards. Did not matter. But because we have 7, we can cleanly take out 1 guy. Then Gandalf will pop back to our hand. We will stand up. Increase our threat to 41. Draw into another Steward of Gondor. It's good to know that we can pitch the Steward of Gondor if we absolutely need to now. We got 2, 4. 1, 1. Daughter of the Nimmerel is going to heal 2 from Gimli. We'll go 2 to play Narvi's Belt. So we can exhaust Narvi's Belt to give him a give the attached character any of the resource icons until the end of the phase. Help with that soothing a little bit. I kind of want to do... Oh, Armored Destrier is restricted. I don't think I realized that. Oops. Should not have dropped the second Dwarven Shield. Nice. That's kind of funny. Alrighty then. Oops. The more you know. Let's go ahead and spend 1 to play Elven Light from discard pile. To pull a Arwen. It's weird. Gimli has been a little awkward for me. It's been kind of challenging to figure out when, or like, he wants to take damage, but he doesn't want to take damage. With the Dwarven Shield, I guess. I think we're gonna go Narvi's Belt to give nah, we're not. I was gonna play an Arwen, but I think we're just gonna hang out and wait to play the Arwen until next turn. We're showing 1, so I think we have a pretty decent amount of questing that we can do. So let's go ahead and just move into the quest phase. We're gonna go 2, 5. We're gonna discard Elven Light, which draws a card from Galdor. Hey, new card. After a player engages an enemy, reduce our threat by X, where X is the printed threat of that enemy. So that's cool. So that's a total of 5. Let's go 7. We have a defense, and then we can ready. This is a panic button if we need it. If we flip an enemy, we could actually be in pretty decent trouble. Now that I'm looking at that, because we don't have a way to ready. We could take this attack undefended if we absolutely had to. Do we have a hasty stroke? We don't have a hasty stroke. So if we flip an enemy, we're in a little bit of trouble. We're gonna not go with Galdor. We're only gonna go 5 against 1. Flip into a Surge Archery 1. And then while Umber Streets is the active location, each enemy gets -1 engagement cost for each progress token on the main quest. So we've got 1, 2, 5. So we are not... Alrighty. We'll go ahead and travel here. We'll take this attack undefended. Yeah, it's like I don't want to play this on just a 1. Alrighty. So we have Archery 1. We're going to throw that on Legolas. And engage here. I'm going to take this attack undefended. It's going to be 2. Makes an additional attack. Uh-oh. But we do get to exhaust both of these Dwarven Shields to get some money. Now he's attacking again. Do not have an answer for that. Also, we are going to spend to ready. We could defend with... No, we can't. Ugh. All right, we're going to toss... Galdor in front of it. No shadow effect. Galdor's done. And then we have to remove progress, I think. Remove 1 progress. Alrighty. Now we're going to defend here. No shadow effect. We're good. Legolas is going to just go ahead and take this guy out. And we'll stand up. Oof. Alrighty. Increase our threat to 42. Draw into Unlikely Friendship. Draw a card, add a resource to a resource pool of a hero you control. Nice. Okay. Pass out money. We'll go ahead and Unlikely Friendship. Draw a card. Light of Valinor. We're going to give the money over here. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to play Light of Valinor on Argalad. We're going to spend 2 to play an Armored... Nope, we can't because it's restricted. Dang it, Nelson. Dang it. You blew it. Give me one of those shadow cards which allows me to discard a attachment. Let's go ahead and Narvi's Belt for Spirit. I'm going to spend 2 to play a Arwen. We do have an archery 1 now, which Arwen can take one of those archeries. Let's go ahead and just Daughter to heal Gimli. We have a Test of Will on call. Galadriel's Greeting. Let's go ahead and spend 1, 2, 3, since we do have the Spirit to Galadriel's Greeting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can play over restricted attachments. I did not know that. I 100% did not know that. I thought it was cannot enter a play type situation. That's good to know. Thank you. I think instead of the Galadriel's Greeting, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna spend the 2 to play on top of Dwarven Shield the Armor Desture. So after the attached hero defends against an attack, we can exhaust to ready the attached hero. Then discard a shadow card from an enemy engaged with the defending player. That's much, much better for us. We'll go ahead and go 1 to play a Steed there. And I think what we'll do is spend 1 to play Elven Light from our discard pile, which will draw us into another Gandalf. I was kind of hoping that would be a sneak attack. Excellent. Okay. And we'll go into our quest phase. All right, let's go 2. And then we will go 3, because we're discarding a card, which will be Elven Light. To ready, so that's total of 5. We're going to exhaust Steed, and we're going to toss... I'm going to toss Well to place 2 here. We're going to go 2 from Arwen, giving Gimli a boost, and then 2 from Argalad with the Light of Valinor. That's 9, showing 1. I'm going to flip into... Ooh, a side quest. Surge. Each player cannot have more than 5 cards in their hand. Got 2, 4, 6. No! When the stage is defeated, each player draws a card, so we have to get rid of a card. I'm going to go ahead and go Steward of Gondor, mainly because we have so many attachments now that if we do get hit with one of those where you have to discard an attachment, we should be fine. This needs 8 progress on it to clear, and you declare which one you're questing on before you reveal encounter cards. So we quested for 9 on the main. We're going to go 1 here, 1 here. That puts us 7 on the main. Alrighty. We're not going to travel here. We're going to have to discard a card. Oh, that's sad. That's really annoying. Okay. Let's go ahead and defend for 4 against here. We do have an archery 1, which will be on Gimli. No shadow effect. When we're going to have readied here. And then we're going to take this guy out. Now you need a nice buffer of progress. Yeah. Yeah, that's really nice. Alrighty. End of the round. I'm going to go up to... Nope, I did scoops. I'm at 42, so we should go up to 43. Because I never played the Galadrim's grading. I added 6 more to the scoops. Okay. So we're at 43. We're going to draw into a Narvi's Belt, which we will discard that. Okay. And we need money. That seems to be important, right? Okay. Daughter is going to heal 2 from Legolas. I'm thinking about playing a Gandalf. So we can push through this. Gandalf is going to reduce my threat by 5. The other thing is I could just try and blitz through that. We got 2, 5, 7, 9 showing 0. So there's a decent chance we could get through there. But if we don't, we're losing another card. But we could actually play Galadrim's Greeting later in the round using Narvi's Belt as a smoother. And we should be fine at that point. So we actually don't really need... Yeah, we can Galadrim's Greeting later and open up that card slot. The problem would be is that I don't want to quest on this more than I need to. But is it worth playing a Gandalf to not quest on that again? Probably not. So let's just go ahead and quest here. We're showing 0. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 total. We are going to... Oh, we have to discard a card to ready Gimli. Do I want to do that? We're just going to go ahead and spend 3, 4, 5 to play Gandalf. We're going to reduce our threat by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not going to discard a card to ready Gimli. And we'll go ahead and quest with Gandalf. That way we can start our card draw engine back. Showing 0, we're going to flip into a 2. After it engages you, either remove 2 progress. Why did I think that this was... I don't know why I thought I was okay. It's fine. Okay. So 2, showing 13, that's clear. That's enough to clear there, which means we get to draw into another steed. We'll go ahead and travel here. And we will go ahead and exhaust Narvi's Belt, spend 3 resources to play Galadriel's Greeting, to reduce our threat by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which now we're not going to engage there. Let's go ahead and stand up. Gandalf goes away, sadly. Increase our threat. Draw into another Light of Valinor. We are all resourced out. Don't worry, we have Steward of Gondor. Let's go ahead and Narvi's Belt. We'll spend 1 to play Elven Light. Pull that back to our hand. Draw into another Mirkwood Long Knife. Which is probably worth dropping on this guy over here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and spend 2 to drop a Mirkwood Long Knife over here. So now he's questing for 3, attacking for 3, plus his ability. Might as well damage the archer with... Oh, I guess, yeah. I forgot that he does the damage. But yes, good call. Then we have the money for a Test of Will. We have a card that we can pitch, Elven Light, to ready Gimli. So yeah, I think we're feeling pretty decent there. Let's go ahead and use our daughter. I never did the archery from last round, so we'll just heal that archery. And we'll go. Let's go Arwen for 2. Argalad for 3, that's 5. We got 2, 7, 10 total. And we're going to discard Elven Light to ready Gimli. So we're showing 10 at a 2. I'm not going to be discarding any cards. Actually, I will go ahead and discard Light of Valinor to throw 2 progress here. All right. We're going to flip into a Southron Soldier. After he engages, you either remove 2 progress tokens from the main quest or he makes an immediate attack. Easy peasy. Okay. We quested for 10. We are showing 5. So 3 goes here. 3 spills to the main. I remember when I first started playing, I think it was Josh who told me, but like, um, I'm trying to, sorry, I got distracted. I was like, do I want to damage or do I just attack? I think I'm just going to attack over here. But yeah, I remember I didn't know that it spilled over to the main. I thought traveling was just like the most brutal thing. Um, I'll go ahead and optionally engage here. Then this one will forcefully engage. We're going to deal out shadow cards. I'm going to go ahead and defend for 4. Against here. Oh, I don't have a money to ready. Ah, ooh, that's kind of exciting. That's pretty exciting. Huh. All right. So actually I'm going to defend against this attack. And hopefully it one slips through because we're defending for 4. No shadow effect. We'll go ahead and exhaust armored to discard this shadow card and ready. And then we'll defend here. Oh yeah, thank you. We'll deal 1 damage here. Ended up being the exact same thing. And I need archery too. All right, let's stand up. Draw into a hasty stroke. Go up to 34. Pass out some money. I probably would not have engaged here if I knew that I could not have readied Legolas. That's on me. Alrighty. Daughter is going to heal Gimli. Narvi's Belt is going to give us the Spirit resource. We're going to go ahead and spend 1 and play Elven Light. Draw a card. Ooh. Draw a card, add a resource. Play that. Draw into a Well-Warned. And we'll give a resource over here to Legolas. We have Test of Will. We have Hasty Stroke. We have 2 Test of Wills, actually. Let's go ahead and spend 1 more to play a second copy of Elven Light. We got a daughter. Okay. Alrighty. So we can get a second daughter than Nimarella out there and start healing even more, which is going to be great. Just notice your entire board is Gimli and his elf friend. Yeah, right? Nice. We're going to leave this resource so that we can ready Legolas later. Time to quest. Alrighty. We'll go 2 resource bump here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We're going to discard one of these Elven Lights to ready Mr. Gimli. So we're questing for 10, right? Yeah, 10. Showing 0. Oh, wow. Ooh. Do we want to quest for that much? We're going to get another enemy if we do that. I don't think that's worth it. I really don't think that's worth it. So let's not quest with Argalad. So -3, 1, 2, 3. That puts us at 7, which means that we cannot progress. We have to deal with these guys first. Okay. Gonna draw into the first player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded, and we say no, thank you. We're gonna test will that. We're gonna go up to 13 here. Deal out shadow cards. We'll go ahead and defend here. So it's gonna be 3, no shadow effect. Armored Destrier will ready. We'll discard this shadow, which was the cannot ready one. You can't progress while you're engaged with. Oh yeah, you're right. Good call. Good call. Thank you. And then Gimli is exhausted. We'll have spent a resource to ready Legolas. Needed to pass out my archery damage, which was on Gimli. We will go ahead and attack for 5. Right? 3, 4, 5. Plus 3. Let me get rid of this guy. We'll stand up. Gonna get another daughter, which is gonna be nice. Outpace this archery now. Go up to 35. Draw into another Armored Destrier, which we do not need. Pass out some money. Okay. Spend 3 to play a daughter. We're gonna exhaust, remove 2, and we're going to exhaust to remove 2. Go ahead and spend 1 to play Elven Light. We'll draw into another Mirkwood Long Knife. Narvi's Belt. I'll spend 1 and 1 to play another Mirkwood Long Knife over here on Argalad. So he's a 4/4. Pretty awesome. 4/4 does not exhaust. That's pretty cool. That's actually really, really cool. Okay. And we cannot progress while we're engaged with this dude. So Might as well just do some questing. We're going to quest for 4. Arwen's going to quest for 2. That's going to be 6. I think we're going to go ahead and do this whole thing just to discard the Elven Light. So we're questing for roughly 1 billion. Each player must choose to either raise your threat by 1 for each character you control or discard a character you control. I'm going to discard Daughter. We go to 15. Okay. We will go ahead and defend. We'll spend 1 from Gimli to ready Legolas. I guess we'll defend with Gimli here. So it's going to be Shadow, no Shadow effect. We'll ready Gimli. And we'll swing at everything and take out this guy. We will progress. When revealed in the current phase, shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Starting with the first player, each player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until he discards an enemy and puts that enemy into play engaged with them. This is going to go down to 0. We're at 35 threat. We're feeling pretty good. The stage cannot have more than 15 progress on it. At the beginning of the quest phase, if any player is not engaged with an enemy, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded and added to the staging area. That's at the beginning of the quest phase. Okay. Well, there's at least 1 player engaged with an enemy. The players cannot defeat the stage. The players defeat the stage, they win the game. Hopping away a bit for lunch. Good luck with the rest of the quest. Not to jinx, but it looks like you got this one under control. It feels pretty good. Yes. Enjoy your lunch. Have a good one. See you. This goes into play engaged with us, right? Yeah. Wow. What are we doing? All right. She engages you. Oh, we have to discard an ally. No. We discard Arwen. Because we can't remove progress. I think we discard Arwen because we know there's at least another Arwen coming. And Daughter, we probably need Daughter for the healing. Oh, that's sad. We can go ahead and play Well Warned. Reduce our threat by 2. Go ahead and spend 1 from Legolas to play Elven Light. Draw. Hey, there's Arwen. Nice. That worked out. Alrighty. It's ready. Draw into a sneak attack. Now we're cooking. Go up to 34. The sneak attack we do not want to play at the beginning. Or we could play it during the quest phase if we wanted to get rid of this dude. Honestly, we may be able to just blitz this. Can we do 15 progress? It kind of depends on what we draw, I guess, but we can sneak attack a Gandalf. Which would be 4, 8, 11, 13, 14. So we can't quite get there. But if we play Arwen, we technically could. Hey, Griffin, how's it going? So let's go ahead and Narvi's Belt for Spirit. We'll go ahead and spend 2 here to play Arwen. We're going to sneak attack Gandalf. We're going to pop him. Yeah, alrighty. We go 2, 3, 7, 10, 12. I'm going to discard Elven Light to ready. And we're going to spend 1 to sneak attack. Gandalf committed to the quest. Deal 4 damage here. We have already passed the trigger here. And so we're going to go for 16. Showing 0. We will flip into each player must choose to raise their threat by 1 for each character you control. Discard a character. We will test of will, place 16 progress, and win the game. Ooh, that's kind of exciting because I feel like so many of these games I have a hard time seeing if I can just like blitz that victory. I'm just like a build player at heart. Like I like really want to like build out, maintain board control, and it's like it's just like, oh, it's like, okay, I can push 16. If I don't survive, that's okay. We have 2 ready heroes still, so we're really cool. That was cool. I really enjoyed this deck. I thought it was a lot of fun. I really like Legolas and Gimli. I think that they worked pretty well together. Argalad is fun. I don't think he's anything super special. It is kind of nice to have Light of Valinor on him. Yeah, I got it before I left. Let's go. Nice. Nice. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I really enjoyed the deck. I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm glad that we got to play with 3 new heroes. We got to see some of the new cards. Oh, look, I just won. Yeah, right. I was playing Spirit Island the other day and that happened where like I forgot who it was, but I was like someone was like game's over. I was like, "What? No, I'm fine." Like, "No, like you have fulfilled your win condition. Like you have won the game." It's like, "Oh, look at that." I was just like I just like kept playing. I'm like, "Oh, games are fun. Let's just keep doing games." So, awesome. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I will be back on Friday morning at the same time at 10 a.m. We're going to be playing some more Spirit Island. And so that's going to be on the docket for Friday. So hope to see you all there. Thank you all so very much for hanging out. I appreciate y'all, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. Deck super strong, or scenario not too bad. Looks like a cool deck. Never seen it. I think the scenario is not as challenging as some of the other scenarios in the game. On Hall of Bjorn, it was rated like a 5.5, which is just very average. Um, I don't think that the deck is overly strong, but I do think that the deck had some nice synergies, and the deck, um, like we had some nice like combos with the encounter deck as well, and like the deck needs a little bit of refining if it wanted to be more competitive, but I do like where it ended up, and I had a lot of fun piloting it. But yeah, sweet, awesome, appreciate y'all. See you around.